Much love, family. Back to teach another one. By any means necessary. I'm going to free your mind, free your soul, bring you some knowledge, and you will see clearer. And maybe think about things that, we don't think about sometimes. And that's my motive. That's why I do this. Anything that relieves tension and make me grow as a person, as a man, as a black man, as a human being, and fulfill my love and my gift and share it with my brothers and sisters, my kings and queens, whoever tune in and listen. And we're going to talk about the 7 symptoms of stress. And you say, why, EBX? Because I've learned to study things and research and pinpoint things that happen in my lifetime, or I see happen in another individual's, or person, or whether I'm in a relationship. I see why they the way they are. So that's what brings me to lift others and, like I said, pinpoint things that sometimes we just don't think about, or give you something to think about. Because EBX cares all day, every day. Because when you done been through the storm and you learn from your mistakes, it's a gift that keeps on giving, to be able to lift others and give them the life to fight another day. Because stress is the root of all sickness. And how do I know this? How do we know this, brothers and sisters? Because at one point in a time in our life, one time or another, we have experienced this. And number 1 on the list is aches and pains. How much of us feel aches and pains? Stress can cause aches and pains. Now, I haven't had a headache for years, and I really can't explain why I don't have headaches. But one thing I do is I deflect stress. No matter the challenge I go through, I refuse to be stressed, period. Because I'm going to go down through this list here, and you're going to see why it's so important and it's vital in your life to deflect anything that try to stress. Because stress is more than a word. It's very dangerous, and it can be a threat to your life. So we're going to get to number 2. Chest pain and heart racing fast. Stress can cause this, chest pain. And sometimes or another, especially we as black men, we feel those little pains. And I'm not saying don't go to the doctor and get yourself checked out. Yes, we all should go to the doctor and always get physicals and, do things to make ourselves healthy. But it's also good to research and pinpoint things to so you know what's going on, so you know what not to do, and what to eat and what not to eat, and know to exercise more. That's why it's good to research. It helps you pay more attention to yourself. So number 2 is chest pain and heart racing. And anxiety, anticipating something negative is about to happen, can cause these things, along with whatever you ate, or what time you ate, because that makes a difference too. Eating late at night, especially if you're eating a bunch of junk food late at night, that can play a part on your heart. So that's number 2. Number 3, exhaustion, trouble sleeping. See how stress just taps into everything. That's why it's so important to study yourself, study your situation, study anything that's going to do harm to your mental and to your physical. And depression, self-doubt, insecurities can play a part. Maybe overworking yourself, because they don't always have to be something negative that can stress you. Too much excitement, anything that taps into anxiety, that makes your blood rise, that makes your emotion bubble. You have to balance. That's why one must have balance. It's good to be excited, because that's a good energy to have. the heart is still the heart, so you can't get yourself overexcited. Maintain a level, stay calm, and whatever that situation is, accept that greatness and whatever that's making you feel excited, but stay balanced. All right, so that was number 3. Trouble sleeping. Let's stick on number 3 for a minute. Trouble sleeping. Now I think about this. I sleep pretty good. So if you sleep pretty good through the night, besides having dreams, which you should pay attention to our dreams, I think that shows you have a limit amount of stress in your life. If you're sleeping good, that means there's not too much stress going on, because when you have a lot of stress going on, you tend to have a lot of dreams and can't sleep because you thinking, if whatever you're thinking about that night before you go to sleep, that's what you would dream about. So you pretty much, because your dreams tell you, they help you to anticipate things. So if you got things pretty much ironed out and everything's pretty good for the most part, not perfect but good, you have a limited amount of stress if you're sleeping well. Okay, let's move on to number 4. Number 4 is headaches, dizziness, shaking. Look at that, headaches. And see, we talked about, we talked about aches and pains on number 1. So now we're talking about headache. We're talking about the head. Aches and pains would be in your body. Stress hits all areas of the body. And headaches, and like I said, I haven't had headache for years. I don't even remember the last time I've had a headache. It's like I've been through so many storms in my life that I've gotten so good at dodging the bullet, so to speak. That's what you got to learn. You got to learn how to dodge that bullet. You got to learn that gift of discernment. You got to take a negative situation and turn it into a positive situation, no matter the outcome, and stick to the truth. The truth always wins. The truth ain't easy. Sometimes the truth hurt, but in the end, it's the best result, because I've experienced this. No matter what somebody else is doing, if you've done your research on your people and you know why we're the way we are, you will see different situations in a different perspective. And I've learned this and experienced this over and over again. So this is how you will limit your headaches, following dizziness and shaking. And some of these symptoms are the same symptoms as a virus. And it's really weird. That's why I said stress is the root of all sickness. Now we're moving on to number 5, high blood pressure, which this is something high in black men, which is, I don't believe in coincidences, but it's kind of coincidental, that it's high in black men, but stress will cause this. So that's another reason why you have to study stress on a daily and always prepare yourself for situations that you're going into. Don't just go into them. Like if it's a job or you're going to talk to someone about a job, anything important, anything that's vital in your life, study it before you enter the situation. Always look for ways to deflect stress at all times, because good thoughts live long, give you long life. And many of us that's been on this planet for a long time, we know this, and that's why we share it, and that's why we teach others. So let's definitely stay away from anything that give us high blood pressure, and this is for male or female. Moving on to number 6, muscle tension, jaw clenching, which is weird. I didn't know stress could cause you jaw clenching. Muscle tension, that's when you get the soreness in the back, like when you're on a job, because my back gets soreness. When you get a little tension like that, if you got one of those jobs where you're using your hands and your body a lot, always take a few minutes and stretch. Take a few seconds if you got to go to the bathroom. Take your arms and spread them out like wings and wave them side to side. That's what I do. And then take your hands, right and left, put them on your hip, swing them side to side. And you kind of lean back and then lean to the left, lean to the right, lean forward in a circular motion to kind of work that midriff part of your back, that middle part of your back. And you do that every so often. That's what I do on my job. And that will help ease the tension. Because if you don't do that, you'll become tensed, and that will lead to your emotions, and you might have a little irritable attitude, and you don't want that, because once that stress take its toll, it'll come on the outside and it'll affect your work. So that's why it's important to work on your muscle tension. If you're working a job, anything that's give you tense muscles, take a time and stretch. And the clenching of the jaw, maybe I guess that won't happen if you take moments, if you in a busy day, and stretch and get your mind right, and then get back into the game and continue working. Because I do this. All right, that's number 6. Number 7, last but not least, stomach digestive problems. Stress, and that's the root of everything right there. And that's where the eating comes in. That's where what you drink comes in. Because this is something I've learned. What you eat, and depends on what you eat and what time you eat, is how you go to the bathroom in the morning. Like if you eat a bunch of junk food late at night, right before you go to bed, you're gonna go to the bathroom very hard in the morning. So, and I'm teaching myself this too. The best time to stop eating is probably 9 o'clock. And if you do eat something light and drink water, especially as we get older, men, our black men. It gets rough on us as we get older. We really have to pay attention to our, what we take in and what time we eat, times of the night, because it gives us, I don't want to sound disgusting, but it gives us hard stool in the morning. So, and it gets worse with age if you don't pay attention. So eating has a lot to do with our stress too, because it messes with our stomach. Because if anybody ever had an ulcer, I've had an ulcer before. That's a terrible feeling. And what can cause ulcers is stress. And you definitely don't want one of them, because it's eating away your insides. That's your acid flowing up to that's what gives you heartburn too, when that acid reflux. Oh, that's an awful feeling. So that's a lot of things that can come from stress. And at one time or another, all of us have experienced all 7 of these symptoms. So watch what you eat. Only surround yourself with positive teachers and positive brothers and sisters. And it doesn't mean that you will never have negative challenges that come your way. But if you study stress and you study things, you study yourself, study situations, and don't get caught up to all the distractions that's really going on these days, you will be close to stress-free. You'll be limit to none. It will be stress. Matter of fact, take it out of your vocabulary. Don't even use the word. And really pay attention to that word, and it will help you in your walk and in your life, and dealing with kids and family and situations and survival of life. So 7 symptoms of stress. And that's what I just told here. It's the root of all sickness. So pay attention to it, because stress ain't no joke. Stress is a monster, and stress can be a beast. So that's my positive, knowledgeable, powerful, spiritual thought. And I do this to breathe life into you, and so you can live to fight another day. And keep that peace, y'all. Keep that love, and keep that power. And may your life be great, and may your family's life be great. Much love. Peace.